Thanks, Steph. I could not be more excited about this session because, as you all know, I've been predicting that virtualization of environments and immersive environments are going to be the future of the way we present things, that we're not going to be locked to square rooms or rectangular rooms or even square rectangular spaces. And this session is going to prove that to you. And as you know, in higher education, we're now required to record our lectures and make them available to our students. And we could do a lot better for students that are not in class or for distance learning, or even students that are in the class that want to get a better experience. So I'm going to introduce you to an incredible company that I'm excited about you learning about. I'm guessing that many of you probably have never even heard of the company Brainstorm. They're at brainstorm3d.com. And I'm excited to introduce you to the EdTech sales manager for Brainstorm, Pablo Caram. Pablo, how are you doing over there?
Hi, Gary. Fine, thank you. Everything is going very well here.
Yeah, I'm excited because what they're watching in real time is this virtualized environment. That's what I've been calling it, Pablo. But what do you technically call this?
Well, we call it internally an immersive experience. This is a virtual environment, and we use these to work in corporations or for education, basically.
Well, see, this is what's interesting to me. I think a lot of people think this kind of stuff is out of the price range of where an educational organization would be, whether it be K through 12 or higher education, colleges and universities. But what's interesting is that this does not require fancy servers or a lot of processing to do what you just showed us you did. What's really cool is that with this presentation that you're about to make, and I'm going to let you start it here because I want them to kind of watch it all the way that you showed it to me. You're not even in an environment they can possibly imagine, and you're going to blow people away. And you're all running this from what?
You will see it in a minute. I will show it to you how we do it. Okay.
All right. Excellent. Go for it.
Okay, you are about to see a demonstration of Edison. Okay, it's a cost-effective solution designed to create immersive presentations or lessons with total ease, which is backed up by Brainstorm more than 30 years virtual sets and AR production experience. We have worked with the most important broadcasters and content creators in the world, such as CNBC, the BBC, RTVE, WWE, and many others, normally for news, sports, entertainment, elections, and drama productions. And we have done, Gary, is to translate or transmit this into education environment, because the audience, instead of our normal audience, will be our students, and the intention is to capture and retain their attention. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, and now we are introducing the Edison ecosystem. Edison is the name of the software. It's a modular proposal that seeks to transform any live or on-live presentation into or virtual lesson into an immersive experience like this one through AR and virtual environments. Okay, and this ecosystem has different parts. Let's say. Okay, let's start with the Edison eDesk. The Edison eDesk allows users to perform a spectacular immersive personal presentation or virtual lessons in an extremely simplified way. Okay. The Edison desk, as you can see there, includes a set of lights, a camera, a metal structure with a green chroma, and a 32-inch curved screen. I mean, it's a modular, it's a mini portable studio.
So it's a turnkey studio.
Exactly. And the Edison eDesk can be used either seated or standing, and brings a whole new concept to the art of storytelling delivered with a virtual set production. It's very, very easy to use. That's what because we want the teacher will focus on the content, but in just 2 easy steps, you can go live. The step one is select your 3D presentation environment or class or lesson environment from a library of 23 that we have already preset. And then second step is select the files that make up the content that you are going to use. This can be PowerPoints, PDFs, images, videos, Edison Go videos with camera tracking, text files, 3D objects. I mean, a lot of compatibility, and anything you have to do is just to drag and drop the content to the side of your screen. And then you'll be ready to start your lesson.
That's amazing.
Okay, and Gary, to make it even simpler, those 2 steps you saw, we can also be accomplished remotely through any internet browser and upload to the cloud to be later played in installation with an Edison eDisk. So
now you said you had, let me ask you a quick question. You said you had like 27 pre-built environments. Is that what you said? What was the number?
Correct. It's 23 to be
23.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Can I build my own?
Yeah, you can build your own, and it's compatible. The only thing is you can do it yourself, or you can buy through, there are different suppliers of 3D environments.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
But yes, let me show you how once you are in front of an eDesk, you can use multiple presentation devices like the one I'm using now, which is this small device, a Stream Deck console, that allows you to drive the presentation or change camera preset by pressing just a few buttons.
Is that what you have in your hand? Is that what you're
Yeah, exactly. This one I have. So I'm going to show you my audience, and here you can have different video signals with different people connected where I can interact with. Okay. And then just with a simple click, I can go back to my previous position. Okay, so it's already pre-selected presets of cameras, and then I can back to my original position just with another click and continue with my presentation. Okay.
Now you're in New York City.
Yes, this next slide teletransport me to the Rockefeller Square. Look how beautiful day is today in New York. And this is very easy to do. I mean, this teletransportation can be done easily with Edison by simply recording external scenarios with an iPhone or an iPad. And these scenarios can be used as let's say backgrounds. Okay,
do you record those inside of your app? Is that what you do? You open up your app and record them, and they're just saved in your software?
I have, sorry, I didn't catch that question.
So my understanding of this is it's pretty simple. Basically what you do is, say you want to record that environment you're in now in New York, you just open up your app on your iPhone or your iPad, and then once you've recorded it, it is automatically saved in your software.
Well, you need to record it previously, selecting the place where you want to put the actor later, and then use it as a background. Yes, but it's very easy. It's just you can use the iPhone or the iPad. And look, for example, another example. Now I'm going to continue my presentation from the Louvre Museum, okay, in Paris, where I can show different slides now related with, in this case, with arts. Okay, we can also use 3D models here to explain, well, in this case, arts, but also mechanisms, behaviors, or techniques that you want to explain more in depth. Okay, so there are a lot of possibilities. For example, I can continue my presentation in this full virtual set production, combining with real image, with chroma key and AR objects. Okay, and also I have a click here with a camera that can use the iPad as a handheld virtual camera running Edison Go. Okay, that allows me to be also teletransported to a different place, but live. Okay, this signal that you are looking now, look, it's me in the background, but also I'm teletransported to a different place. Okay, so, and here also I can use 3D objects. So as you can see, I can transmit for a remote location, or I can be live and use the context to perform my lesson or my presentation. Gary, imagine this showing models and I mean, providing explanations in a factory or in a hospital or in a street, or I mean, whatever the information we show has backdrop relevant. Okay, so it's really very, very, very useful and very impactful. And well, as you know from the TV, also we can use the customizable templates to show data in a graphical form, and well, basically this is it. I mean, this is a general presentation that what our Edison software can do.
This is amazing. Now this software, you provide that, I think you called it eDesk. Is that right? It's called the package, the turnkey package is eDesk. What kind of computer do I need to hold all of that? I noticed that you're using an iPad to capture content, but what kind of playback computer, and how are you doing that? I know you have this track-free technology that's allowing you to do that right there, but what kind of processing does it require?
Well, I mean, we are using it has to be a high performance computer,
Yeah.
not the computer itself, but the graphic cards. The graphic card has to be one in order to have the smooth, camera movements, and to have at the same time different signals if you want to share your presentation or your lessons with your students.
So is it something like a MacBook Pro can do? Is it something like a
Can
Mac
do that.
Mini?
Now I'm running in a Z2 workstation, which has an Intel Core i9 with an NVIDIA RTX 3070. I think it's the last one. So yeah, the graphic card should be a very powerful one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really, the graphic card is the key there. And does it need for someone to tell me, kind of give me an idea? I mean, obviously, as a teacher, I think this would be awesome because I can sort of imagine any environment, put my students in the environment. They can't afford to travel to the Louvre, but we can actually tour the Louvre this way. What kind of content is available to them for this? Where do they find all this content? Where do they pull it from? Is it just off the web, or how do they do this? Because this is more than PowerPoint. This is nonlinear.
The content. I mean, we prefer the teacher or the presenter to choose the content. So, I mean, it could be PDFs or PowerPoints, whatever. I mean, it's compatible with most of the formats. The only thing is just to pre-organize. In the same way you prepare a lesson, you have to prepare the content that you are going to use and then put it in an order that you want to use it. In the same way I have done it with my presentation. So, I mean, I can tell you, you can find content everywhere.
So basically, example, you're putting together a timeline, sort of like PowerPoint, where you're just going from slide to slide. But in fact, what you're doing is going from environment to environment using your track-free camera technology, basically, to put you in an environment, and it looks more fluid rather than switching slides.
Exactly. What I did is to do the pre-selection of the camera view in the first, I mean, previously, and then I move the camera from here, and in the other side I have the content in my background. So it's very, very simple to do it, Gary.
And you can import images, pictures that you took, videos, 3D objects. Pretty much anything is capable of being inputted. But I also understand that it has live telestration capabilities, and allows you to draw in space so that it's not just flat behind you. You can make the objects 3D.
Exactly. The 3D objects is probably the most tricky questions in terms of not how to import them, because it's compatible for many formats. Is the way that, of course, if it's a very, developed 3D object would be better, of course. If you want to explain a difficult mechanisms or a piece from a specific component, has to be very detailed, okay? But apart from that, you can use any 3D object that you can download. Some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for them. So, but it's also very easy to use.
So how do I mean, obviously I can go to brainstorm3d.com. And by the way, if you go there, if you go into the products drop down and look at Edison, this is the product that we're using right now. To give you an idea, it's the immersive virtual and AR live events with ease section. You got a great video, by the way, that you shot at IBC a few years ago. That I watched a few days ago. And I think you've got, and by the way, this is also compatible with Unreal Engine. So if you want to step it up and go into a higher environment, you can. Your heritage comes from broadcast. So you have obviously a great deal of knowledge with really high-end environments like that, Pablo.
Exactly. Yes. Most of the knowledge and the know-how for the companies for 30 years of experience working with broadcasting companies. So
you took that high-end experience and brought it down to education, which is pretty amazing. Or I can imagine this. I mean, education, we're an EdTech day. So this obviously makes sense for education, but I could see this in corporate. I could see it in medical imaging. I could see it in healthcare. I could see it in government applications. I mean, anywhere you've kind of wanted to virtualize things, basically what you've done is made technology easier and accessible to any user rather than it being a production engineer having an AV engineer all the time. I think it's interesting because the users have to think differently, because we've been conditioned to use PowerPoint flat right? Almost
Yeah.
like 2D, and
Yeah.
then you're providing the ability to really step it up into 3D. And those images do exist. It's just that we don't get a chance to use them. In fact, when you do an image search on Google, it actually has a tab at the top. When you do that image search, do you want transparent images? One of those is 3D images, and people probably don't even notice that that's even there. This was an amazing demo, Pablo. Thank you very much for doing this. If you want to learn more information, go to brainstorm3d.com. You did a phenomenal job, Pablo. And now I want to turn it over to Steph, who's going to close out the day for us. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. But you probably want to go to brainstorm3d.com right now.
Thank you.